Hey guys, Sam Wasilation and John Hattery over here at Magnet.
Hi.
We're over here, we're talking cybersecurity. We wanted to make a really short video to kind of bring to you guys to let you know what we're doing to help our manufacturing clients become compliant around cyber. As many of you have probably heard, that cybersecurity and hacking's it's really been in the news lately. And in fact, the Department of Defense, they're really taking it serious. So in order to have a government contract, specifically with the Department of Defense, to get one of those contracts, you need to become compliant to their standards. John, I'll let you take it away for a couple minutes to explain exactly how can folks become compliant and what's Magnet doing, what steps do we have in place to help them get to that level?
Okay, first of all, people have to understand why they need to become compliant. About a year and a half ago, the government, through the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, put out some cybersecurity requirements. The NIST 800-171 cybersecurity requirements, and they've been put out by the Department of Defense with a deadline for compliance of December 31st of this year. Obviously, we're in the middle of December. Time is tight, and even the Department of Defense realizes that they're estimating about 30% of their supply base will be compliant on time. However, they're still holding everybody's feet to the fire. Those entities that are not compliant may not get the chance to bid on new contracts come January 1st. So it's a big issue in terms of revenue for your company. And we here at Magnet are in a position to try and help you understand what you need to do to become compliant, and if necessary, help you become compliant.
Now, with that being said, John, I know one thing we're working on is kind of a four-step process, right? Mm-hmm. Can we talk to the folks real quick about what are those four steps, kind of what goes into them, kind of what's our approach to
Sure, and
delivering some hands-on services?
And the most important step is the first one. It's our discovery phase, and really what that is understanding where in your environment you comply with the NIST 800-171 requirements. There's 110 different requirements, and where you are missing compliance with the requirements. And what we can do in that first phase is identify the gaps and put together what's called a POAM, a plan of action with milestones that shows how you're going to walk through and implement the changes within your organization to become compliant. So if you've got that understanding of where the gaps are, and you've got a plan of attack, you've got a roadmap of what you need to do, you can become provisionally compliant and meet the objectives of the Department of Defense.
Excellent.
So that's the first phase.
Okay.
Understand where your gaps are, get your plan in place, start acting on your plan.
Okay.
Then step two is actually putting in remediation, executing your plan and getting the changes in place so that you are fully compliant. After that, it's periodic testing and validation, what's often called white hat hacking. Can somebody get into your system and get where they're not supposed to be? And then, of course, step four, ongoing monitoring and reporting. It's going to be very important going forward, because even though you become compliant, doesn't mean you're never going to get hacked. People are going to get hacked. People are going to have breaches. But understanding what the government expects you to be able to do in order to close that breach and report that breach is one of the most critical aspects of this NIST 800-171 requirement.
Excellent.
So there's a lot to do. It's digestible. You can do it in these four chunks. You can get there from here, and we can help you.
Excellent. Now, with that being said, John, what's the best way for folks, for small manufacturers, to reach out to get in contact with you?
Reach out to us here at Magnet. My email is john.hattery@magnetwork.org.
I'm going to say one other thing is we just posted a blog on the Magnet's website at manufacturingsuccess.org, talking about this topic a little more in depth, kind of have it down in some written form so you guys can take that, you could read it, give us a call, give John a call. Let's do something together.
Thanks.
Hey, take care.